Hello, Guardians! I haven't made a Warlock build video in a while, and I've heard a number of months ago that the Nothing Manacles are actually quite good, so I thought I'd give it a spin and see what's going on with them. The Nothing Manacles are the equivalent to like a Shinobu's Vow kind of thing from Hunters, where it improves one of your grenades, gives it additional charge. Notably, it does not give you grenade energy when you strike targets with the scatter grenades. It just ends up like boosting their tracking, which at first doesn't seem like a very good thing, but with the rest of the Void subclass like build kit, you'll be fine. You'll be totally fine. For super, pick whatever one you like. I like the big ball, so I go for the big ball. Healing Rift, I prefer Healing Rift. For grenade, go with scatter grenades. If you pick any other grenades with Nothing Manacles, the Manacles are going to find you in your sleep. For aspects, typically Chaos Accelerant is the way to go for a lot of Void Walker builds. But because we already get the Seeking capabilities from Nothing Manacles, we can actually pick the other aspects. So you can go with Feed the Void, where your Void ability kills give you Devour, and Child of the Old Gods, which gives you a little Void buddy. Now, we need to talk about Devour because it is quite crucial to how this build works. Devour gives you health and grenade energy, and then Final Blows restore you to full health and more grenade energy. So basically, it's just constantly feeding you grenade energy, which is really important for this build because this build is using lots of grenades. And with the fragment setup we have, we're going to be having Devour on almost all the time, and as a result, getting our grenades almost all the time. For aspects, I first pick Echo of Undermining just to apply Weaken on the Void grenades. This is important because that means 2 of our Void abilities provide Weaken. That means our grenades apply Weaken, and that also means that Child of the Old Gods by default has Weaken. This is important because we have Echo of Harvest, which gives us Orb of Power and Void Breach on defeating weakened targets, and picking either of those things up grants Devour to us as well. Now, you might think this is overkill because our Void ability kills already give us Devour. Like, why do we also need additional, like defeating a weakened target also gives us Devour stuff? The reason why is that sometimes, in the rare cases that your grenade doesn't actually kill something, which happens in higher end content, you can still use your weapons to kill the weakened target and still end up getting Devour one way or another. So this is sort of like additional insurance. To round it off, I liked going for Echo of Expulsion. Void ability Final Blows cause targets to explode. This is sort of like a very general sort of fragment that I feel like worked really well in terms of like controlling lots of enemies. If you happen to be running a Void weapon as your primary, or just have like Void weapons as part of your rotation, may I recommend Echo of Instability, where you get volatile rounds to your Void weapons whenever you kill things with a grenade, which is really good because the scatter grenades do some decent damage, and as a result, you just start getting volatile from your Void weapons, and that's not too bad either. For mods, you're looking at a little something like this. If you've seen my Shinobu's Vow video or my Lucky Raspberry video, the mod setup is very similar because it is just around giving you grenade energy, basically. If you feel like your grenades are not actually killing anything in higher end content, for example, you can swap out firepower to instead be bolstering detonation to give you more class ability energy. And the idea is that if you get more class ability energy, that means you can proc Reaper more often, and Reaper is a more reliable way to get you at least 1 orb of power whenever you kill something, so that's not too bad either. Everything else in the mod setup is just sort of like catered towards just giving you more grenade energy. In my last video, someone asked for a dim link, so I will provide that in the description if you want to just sort of like copy paste sort of this mod setup and the subclass setup. So overall, with my short amount of time trying to experiment with the Nothing Manacles, I found them to be quite reliable and consistent, and I think that they're definitely worth a try if you have not played a lot of Voidlock, or you're not really interested in Controverse Holds, which I understand is another popular option for Void Warlock these days. So yeah, I would highly recommend giving this a go. I really appreciate the 2 charges for the scatter grenades, and they tend to work pretty well in most cases, so I'm pretty happy with it. And I am very happy to have shown you guys this. So hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye, Guardians!